What's up, tasty tasters? So today, you guys, we are going to do some kale with smoked turkey tails. So we're doing smoked turkey tails and kale, or kale with smoked turkey tails. However you want to say it, it doesn't matter. But it's basically going to be a really good way for you to cook kale if you're a person that doesn't really like it by itself, because kale has a lot of good properties in it. So we're going to just do kale today, okay? So this is what you're going to need. You're going to need some accent. If you are a person that does not like using accent because of the quote-unquote MSG, leave the accent out. I've used very little of it, but it does enhance the flavor. I did get the one that's got, it says 60% less sodium, so I don't use a lot of this because it can increase the blood pressure, so be mindful of that. I'm going to use garlic salt, smoked turkey tails, 2 of those. We have ourselves 2 bunches of kale. We're going to use 3 cans of my Sweet Sue reduced sodium chicken broth. So that's 30% less sodium. Definitely get a broth that's going, you can control the sodium in it, especially if you're going to add stuff like accent to it. You're going to go ahead and use a clove of garlic, or actually, that's not a clove of garlic. That's a bulb, B-U-L-B, a bulb of garlic. You're going to get a sweet Vidalia onion. We make sure it's sweet Vidalia. Oh, excuse me. You're going to need some avocado oil. You guys, we're going into my seasonings. So you got your cumin, garlic powder, your Mrs. Dash Southwest Chipotle seasoning, salt-free, of course. You're going to have your pink Himalayan salt. We're going to use our black peppercorns. Then you're going to go in with our cherub's rib rub. We're going to go in with our Soulard grill. We're going to go in with our roasted garlic and red bell pepper. We're going to go in with our barbecue spice with smoke. And we're going to go in with our seasoning for greens, you guys. So these are all things that you're going to need. Go ahead and grab your ingredients, and I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. Okay, tasty tasters. So in this ramekin, I have 7 cloves of garlic, and I have 2 tablespoons of avocado oil that I'm about to pop into a 350-degree oven for about 5 to 7 minutes and let this roast off. So that I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do with it later as we begin to build our broth, you guys, for the actual kale. So see you in a few. Okay, tasty. So we're doing this in the crock pot. You guys, it's summertime and I do a lot of crock pot cooking because I really hate turning on my stove. I hate having to stand over the heat and stand over the stove and all that good stuff. So I do a lot of crock pot dishes, okay? So guys, we have our 2 turkey tails along with our 3 cans of chicken broth, low sodium, already in this crock pot, okay? Now what I'm about to do is almost cut my finger off. I'm cutting this onion because we're going to add this sweet Vidalia to this. Because what we're doing is we need to build flavor. Because, of course, you know, once you add in the kale, unfortunately, it comes with a lot of liquid. So we have to build flavor with this initially. So I just basically cut a Vidalia onion, cut it in half. I cut it, peeled it. And then I literally cut it in half and then put each half in there. It's going to cook down beautifully. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add in our spices, okay, guys? First thing we're going to add in is we're going to add in a teaspoon of roasted garlic and red bell pepper. We're going to add in a tablespoon. And you guys, this is going to be seasoned pretty decently, of barbecue spice with smoke. That's going to bring like a little smokiness in the backdrop. Now for a little bit of heat, we don't want to put too much of this in here because this stuff is no joke. We're going to add in a teaspoon of our seasonings for greens. That's my alarm going off letting me know my garlic is done. We're going to add in a tablespoon of our famous, you know it, cherub's rib rub. We're going to add in a tablespoon, you know it, of our famous Soulard grill. You guys, you know I love these 2 spices. I use them in almost everything. We're going to add in a tablespoon of garlic powder. So we got our tablespoon of garlic powder in. This is going to be kind of garlicky. We're going to add in a teaspoon of Southwest Chipotle Mrs. Dash. Bam, my Mrs. Dash. We're going to add in a teaspoon of cumin, because it just brings a little flavor, this extra flavor, because kale has a little bite to it. So the cumin brings in a little bite too. So add in our cumin. We're going to add in a tablespoon of our garlic salt. Garlic salt. I don't know if you guys can see that. Our Lawry's garlic salt. We're going to come in with a half a teaspoon, excuse me, if I can open it, of our accent. This is just enough to enhance that flavor. So about a half a teaspoon. You don't need a lot of that. We're going to come in with about a half a teaspoon of fresh cracked black, because we don't want it too spicy. And then we're going to come in with about a half a teaspoon of peak Himalayan salt, you guys. But that's about 7 turns. Okay, so we have all our seasonings in. Actually, we don't. Sorry, guys. We almost had all our seasonings in. We're going to come in. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this sugar before. I forgot about this. I almost forgot. You're going to use some turbinado raw cane sugar. Turbinado sugar is a really grainy sugar. You can use it for a lot of different things, but it's subtle. We're actually going to add in 2 tablespoons of that. It's kind of subtle, but as it breaks down in this dish, it'll give me what I want. I don't want too much. Okay, so guys, this is about to go into the crock pot for the next hour or so, and then I'm going to come back and add in the garlic and the kale. That's going to cook for another hour. We're going to put this in on high, you guys. So we're going to do high heat. So this whole dish takes about 2 to 3 hours to do. So like I said, we're gonna develop the flavors in this broth for the next hour, hour and a half, and then we're gonna add in our kale and our garlic, roasted garlic, and then we're gonna go from there. All right, see you guys in a few. Okay, Tasty Tasters, so our broth has cooked for 2.5 hours. So now I've pulled the meat off the bone, and we're about to put the meat back into the actual broth. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do after that. See you in a few. Okay, guys, so we add the meat back into the broth. We went ahead and we're going to drop the garlic in. I'm actually going to mush the garlic up a little bit. I'm going to take some of the broth and show you how I do it. So, okay, Tasty Tasters, here's the garlic, and all I'm doing is I'm going to mash the garlic up in it to make it like a little paste. And I put a little bit of the juice from the thing. We're going to mash this up and make it a paste. And then we're going to pour this into our broth before we add in our kale. See you in a few. Okay, guys. So once you've muddled the garlic really good into the oil, remember you cooked it in avocado oil. So there's avocado oil that's going to be in here, as well as the actual broth, which the turkey tails has its own oils and flavors, and then as well as the garlic, and it's roasted. So I gave this a little taste, you guys. This flavor is amazing, and I'm all about building flavor profiles as well as having something tasty. So this is actually going to go over into our pot, or our crock pot, should I say, along with the meat that we just put in, and we're going to let this go for about 30 minutes to build more flavor. Okay, guys, so I've added the kale to our crock pot. I've stirred everybody up. We're going to let this go for another hour and a half, and then I will show you the finished dish. Okay, Tasty Tasters, this is our finished product with our kale with smoked turkey tails, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and taste a little bit, although I know it's delicious. Look at that. God, That's garlicky. You can taste that smokiness. It's just the right amount of salt. You guys, this is really, really good. Of course, I'm going to add me some hot sauce to this, some of my hot sauce. And have some chicken with this, guys. This is so good. This is a great side. Or it's great to just eat by itself as your main course. If you're a vegetarian and you don't like this kind of stuff, then you can always take the meat out and just do everything else but the meat, okay? But this is really, really good, guys. This is a great side or great main dish, however you want to eat it. So, guys, you already know what it is. Comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Give your girl a thumbs up. And slide on over, hit that notification bell, ding, 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 so that you can know when I come back on with another banging video for you. So love you guys so much. See you later, Tasty Tasters. Until next time, be good.